Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Trip coming at you with another reaction video. This one, it is 25 more things that people did before the internet. This is from my good friend Celeste 25. So let's go ahead and let's check this one out.
The things people did before the internet wasn't all that different from today. Okay, that's not true. It was wildly different. The internet has radically altered our behaviors, how we communicate, and how we get information. From phone books to checkbooks, things were not so convenient back in the day. However, there were quite a few perks of not having the internet around as well. Ready to travel back in time to a simpler age? I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 more things people did before the internet. #25. Use the classifieds to find jobs.
Yes.
Before Indeed.com, LinkedIn, and Monster.com, people found jobs in the newspaper,
not only jobs,
got referrals from friends, and looked for help wanted signs while driving down the road. 24. Spoilers weren't a thing. Television programming was widely different before the internet, but even so, few had to worry someone would spoil Who Killed JR on the hit show Dallas. Everyone had peace of mind.
Yep.
23. Letters to the editor was the only way to give your bad opinion. With social media and Twitter not around, the only way for people to let other people know their hot take was to either write a letter to the editor and hope it was accepted, or tell people face-to-face at parties. 22. They wrote fan mail. Rather than going to a celebrity's social media profile and writing to them, people sat down and took the time to write a long letter by hand. And that's if they knew the address. They'd buy a stamp and send it through the mail. Even then, they'd likely still be ignored. 21. Manually change all their clocks. When daylight savings time hit people like a hammer, rather than depending on their computers to change the time for them, they had to go throughout the house and change the clocks themselves. Often people would forget a clock, and it would totally mess with their heads for weeks.
Love it when it gets dark early.
Use their imaginations. When people got bored, they used their imaginations. It's called daydreaming. They didn't pull up Facebook to mindlessly scroll until something new happened. They thought endlessly about all kinds of things and pretended to be other things or places. Turns out, it was really good for them. 19. The newspaper was their pre-internet. The local and national newspapers told families everything they needed to know. From weekly television schedules to movie showtimes, newspapers were the primary source for current events. 18. Kids passed actual notes in class. Back in the day, kids didn't have WhatsApp to text their friends over Wi-Fi. Instead, they wrote a small note on a piece of paper and had other classmates pass it over to their friend. It was a hazardous process, especially if a teacher caught them in the act and read the note out loud in front of the class. 17. Watched a lot more television. Television
yes or no?
Was all arranged
to the
before
girl.
the internet.
You like
the fear it would brainwash people and destroy society was a common refrain at the time, much like the fears about the internet today. Cable was for rich people, and network television was for everyone else. But one thing remained the same. All people did was watch it. 16. Balance their checkbook. People couldn't go online to check their bank account balance. Instead, they had two options. Walk into the bank and ask, or track all their checkbook transactions in their register. It was a tedious task, but it had to be done. 15. Skills were much harder to learn. Without the internet, skills and learning how to do things weren't easy and readily available. If you didn't know how to fix a toilet, you called a plumber. You couldn't pull up YouTube. 14. People owned a Rolodex.
I would still call a plumber.
The only way to keep in touch with people, remembering their names, numbers, and addresses, was an obsolete product called the Rolodex. 13. You likely met your spouse in college or a bar. Online dating, of course, didn't exist before the internet. Most people met their spouse at college, in a bar, or because your friend set you up. 12. The phone book was a staple in every household. If you needed to get the phone number of a restaurant, business, or neighbor, the only way to do it was have a phone book handy. It was a massive yellow tome with thousands of phone numbers inside. 11. You actually went to your high school reunion. Today, Facebook lets you keep tabs on all your high school classmates, including old boyfriends and girlfriends. Naturally, it makes high school reunions a little moot. Before all that, to find out your ex ballooned to 250 pounds, you went to your high school reunion. 10. People remembered things. Without Google at their fingertips, people need to retain a large amount of information, like phone numbers, addresses, birthdays, and what year Star Wars A New Hope released in theaters. 1977, May 25th. 9. Rented movies at Blockbuster. If you wanted to watch a movie, you had a few options. Go to the library, buy it at a store, or did the most common option, rent it at a Blockbuster. The worst part about that was forgetting to return the tape and racking up tons of late fees. 8. Pop culture news took forever. Nerds wanting to know about their latest movies usually waited months to hear little nuggets in their favorite magazines. This usually created rumors and word of mouth that spread through these sub-niches, but ultimately stayed unknown. Of course, today, people get a daily fix on whatever they want to know. 7. Spoke with their family at the dinner table. Before the internet, specifically the internet on cell phones, families actually sat around the dinner table and spoke to each other rather than just looking at screens. 6. People weren't afraid of missing out. Fear of missing out, of course, is a big problem today. With constant feeds, it creates a feeling of dependency and needing to know what's going on. Before this, unless you knew a friend was at a party without you, fear of missing out wasn't nearly as common as it is today. 5. People made mixtapes. Getting music before the internet was substantially harder. This was especially true if you were into subgenres, independent bands, and unknown groups. The best thing was when a friend made you a mixtape of all their music. These personalized gifts might have been small, but they meant a lot. 4. Focused. Without the vast amount of distractions the internet provides, people keenly focused on the task at hand. Few other things took them away from whatever they were working on or engaged with. 3. Held eye contact. Being social before the internet required you to meet up with people and hold eye contact when you spoke to them. You couldn't pretend to get a text or look something up quick on Google. Hang on, I'm getting a text that I have to look up on Google. No, I do have a text. 2. They sold most of their junk at pawn shops. To get quick cash before eBay, Amazon, and Etsy, people took their electronics and high-valued stuff to pawn shops or sold it at a garage sale. 1. They were generally unreachable. Before the internet, the only way to contact someone was to call them when they were at home. Otherwise, they were pretty much unreachable. So, is there anything else people did before the internet we may have missed? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your answer to us at List25. Enjoying our lists? Be sure to click that subscribe button on the bottom right and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new ones every Monday through Friday. Share them with friends and help us consistently conciliate curiosity. And if you want even more lists, check out these videos here, or just head to our website at list25.com.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Again, that takes me back. A lot of those things takes me back. You know, if you guys may remember, I did my own list. You know, the top 10 list of the things that aren't around, that were around, that aren't around now, that were around, 20 years ago or something, whatever it was, man. A lot of those things I do remember. Sitting down, watching television, cable TV. Oh, yeah. But I think we're better off now. We're better off now. Despite what everybody wants to say about, looking at the phones or the social media or any other thing like that. We are better off as a society with the technology that we have. We just really are, and everything that comes along with the good and the bad. So, just the facts of life. So yeah, I think that's what, you know. I think we are better off. So I wouldn't have it any other way. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Uh, would you guys want to go back to like the time when you didn't have phones, or you had to manually set your clock back during daylight savings time, or anything like that? Put it down in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Trip signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there, and I am out.